is PillsburyW NewTech. This was all done by Ben Allington. Oh,
Michael, can you share whether we're on plaintiff or defense side for the salespeople?
yeah, we are on defense side for Ackerman. For NewTech, we are on GF11.
Defense.
Defense side. Fantastic. Okay, so this case was a
Michael, are you recording?
Yes, I'm still recording.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. PillsburyW NewTech. Let me kill my Windows bar real quick. Bear with me. This case was about a well that was being drilled. I'll kind of walk through it again. They had a couple sidetracks on this well. We're only really showing one of them. And as the driller was going down and cementing, they ended up doing a bad job of cementing. The owner for that company was cutting corners with cheap drill pipe and cheap fluids, which I'll point out later for their cement job. Basically, they had to drill out a bunch of cement and then they got the drill pipe stuck. And yeah, so lawsuit ensues. And when you get a drill pipe stuck and it breaks, oftentimes you have to abandon the whole well, which is multi-millions of dollars. Just walking through, we already know that there's some junk at the bottom of the well that has now been drilled. They go put in a tubing and a float valve. Technically, it's a liner. What this is for the non-oil and gas folks is this is just a metal casing, basically. And down here are valves, which will be used for cementing. And so now I'll go through a tutorial for showing how they cement. They push cement down the liner, goes through this valve, and then it goes back up the annulus. And the
Michael,
idea...
You might slow down. I'm not seeing your screen update. I got your blue banner. Is everybody else seeing the animation?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, it hung. There we go. Yeah, you got to. The internet connection is kind of going slow today, so you have to. Yeah, there it goes. Now we got the liner cement getting pumped down.
Okay, I'll replay it just for fun. So we got the cement coming down the liner, goes through this valve, goes up the annulus, and they were using. Still not updating?
No, it catches up every 5 seconds or so.
Do you think our cameras being on have any impact in this?
Most likely. I'll also stop my uploads.
Probably.
There we go.
Might be.
Sorry.
We might
Turn our cameras off. Maybe that
sure,
might help.
but yeah, kill the cameras. Yeah, because I noticed it was a little chunkier than usual when we have.
How's that?
Looks like it's starting.
Yeah, that's good, Michael, now.
Okay. So basically they pump cement down the middle, it goes up the outside, and they use water behind the cement to push everything. This is just a little plug that butts up against the valve. And the issue with water is it doesn't weigh as much as drilling mud. So you need to advance the slide. So this valve can fail. And we stole this from the other side's video. They produced a gorgeous video, but they didn't want us to directly use it. So the faulty valve here caused a bunch of the cement to go back up into the liner, and it didn't go up cleanly. It kind of stuck to the sides and just created this real jagged area for drill pipes to go get stuck on.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have to go drill out the cement in the liner. We'll see our little drill pipe come down and the drill string. And we're just going to drill away all the cement, and that went pretty okay. They made it up until the float valve. And these float valves are made of aluminum, so they go ahead and they drill that out anyways. And what we see here on the left is a graph of the data that's taken from the drilling rig. Some of it's calculated, the rest of it is measured. But what is important is that they were able to use this data to try to show, hey, this is how we can prove that we were drilling something downhole. The other side is arguing that we had drilled outside of the liner and then got stuck and ended up drilling where we weren't supposed to. But we're trying to argue that we stayed within the liner and we ended up getting stuck on the debris at the bottom of the well. So the next few slides is just following the data. You can see we're going deeper here with depth, and there's no weight on bit. So that's how we know we're going through an open channel with no resistance, because the weight on bit, this blue line here, is at 0. And then the drill becomes stuck in this debris, and this is just trying to drill, trying to push it down, nothing's doing, and then eventually they start yanking on the thing, and it inevitably snaps right here. And that's basically the end of the whole failure, because very hard to drill all this out and can't really sidetrack or recover the well at this point. You can try to fish it out, but if your drill pipe isn't able to pull on it, then you're not going to have a lot of luck there. So oh shoot, who was the oil company who was drilling this, Jeff? Do you remember?
Ogden.
So Ogden, they were using cheap drill pipe, and it broke at 50% tensile strength, meaning when they pulled on it, snapped at 50% of the strength it was supposed to. And they also used the cheap water instead of mud for their cementing, which caused the other issue. And they're just cutting corners at every possible place, and ultimately bit them in the butt.
Nice.
Yep. And I think the case turned out favorably for our client as well on this one.
It settled, but yes, the client was pleased with that.
Great.
And that was After Effects?
Yes, I believe Ben did this in After Effects.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the first time we'd actually done a full, I mean, we'd done bits and pieces in After Effects and then made GIFs out of them, but that was the first time I, anyhow, had done a full-blown project in After Effects, rendered out 4K video and used the video itself in the PowerPoint slides.
Cool.
I
Is
think it turned out pretty good.
the video include the background, or is it just the?
It
the
does, yep.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to say that
I love that background.
historically, our backgrounds for underground cross sections like this have not been terribly impressive, and this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love to keep it up at this kind of quality.
We
Thanks,
use
Al.
the
It
same
all-
for Halliburton and Reliance. The probably one you're thinking of, Al, is Panish, and that's the expert's choice. We started with a look like this, then they went to the geological representation.
Schematic, yeah, version.
It all comes down to time. That background itself probably took close to a day and a half.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Because it's
beautiful.
so, you can find a small picture of geological layers, but then you need to clone it like 6 or 8 times, and then paint the edges in, and then do that for every sedimentary layer or geological layer. And it's a lot of work and a lot of clone brush going on in
Yeah.
You gotta
Photoshop.
hide your repeating patterns. Don't end
Yeah.
up like that video game I showed in our company meeting for our competition or for just other industries, and I point out that repeating pattern on the wall of a building. Yeah, we don't do lazy artwork here.
No,
Is this
that's-
the kind of thing, are these textures something we could ever reuse or repeat, or is it just too bespoke, like the layers would be different every single time?
Well, they would, potentially be different every single time, but I am, as I go along, I am accruing some sort of library where hopefully I can reuse some of this stuff, and it won't take that much effort every time. And I think as time goes on and we do enough of these jobs, it will be more like a plug and play type of thing. Go find your layer, throw it in there, bend it however it needs to be bent, paint the edges, color the edges, and move on to the next one. It won't be starting from scratch. So yeah, as time goes, I hope that'll be the case.
Yeah, this looks so nice. I really like it.
it's
Yeah,
great.
and
Thanks.
that the Eagleford is almost surely going to come up again, because we have a lot of cases come up out of the Eagleford shale. And this was so Pillsbury Winthrop in Houston, and we do have permission to show it and from the client, and this was about 33 or so, this full piece.